Hey everybody, this is Mike at Mike's Total Dragon Channel, and today I'm going to post the books I picked up when I went to the shop today, since it's a new book Wednesday, and I got up there and grabbed the stuff that I had pulled and set aside for me for the week. So I just want to go ahead and thought I'd go over each book I picked up. Some of these I subscribe to and some of them I don't, and I just saw them on the shelf and I thought I'd give it a shot. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. First book we got here is The Ultimates, number 5. Came out today, and this is the first appearance of the Ultimate Hawkeye. I'm not a regular subscriber to this book, but I've been hearing good things about it. So I went ahead and picked up a couple of other back issues in addition to this one. I picked this one up today when it came out, so I'm going to try and read those other ones in conjunction with this, get caught up to speed and see how it's going. I know one of the hooks they have for it is each issue is a month from the last one, so it's happening in real time, just like how the book comes out every month. The story shows a month in progression between what's been going on since the last issue, so that's kind of interesting to see someone do that take on it. I don't think it's the first time it's been done, but it's probably the most recent time it's been done. So we'll move on to the next one. Transformers. I did read this one earlier today, and I gotta say, incredibly solid. Another great performance from the Energon universe. Another great book that they've put out. Daniel Warren Johnson, he is writing an incredible Transformers saga. This right here focuses on Starscream, and you get a lot of his backstory and his origin. I'm not going to give anything away because it just hit the shelf today, but this gives a lot of his backstory and his origin. It makes him more of a three-dimensional character than what we're used to seeing in the G1 cartoon, where he was just always trying to be the backstabber and the foil to Megatron. So highly recommend Transformers here. Next book, Scarlet number 5. This is the last issue in the Scarlet miniseries. Another book that's in the Energon universe, and this one is a wrap up of the miniseries, and they're leading into the second G.I. Joe ongoing. This G.I. Joe ongoing will be set in the Energon universe. The other one that Larry Hama is writing, that's the original Hama continuity. We're going to have to come up with some sort of cool name for that, like Hamaverse or, something like that. But this one ties up the story of Scarlet and Jinx and Storm Shadow, and it is going to lead into all these miniseries to Scarlet, the Duke, the Destro, the Cobra Commander one. They're all going to tie into the launch of the new G.I. Joe book. So if you're into Energon, if you're into Joe, I'm sure you're picking this up. I'm looking forward to seeing how this wraps up. Up next, we've got Exceptional X-Men. I'm kind of been on the fence about this one. I read the first issue, and I kind of was a little, so-so humdrum about it. Kitty Pryde's the lead character. This is basically her starting her life after Krakoa, kind of wanting to get away from everything and, settle down and have a... I don't want to say normal life, but, about as normal as uneventful life as a mutant can get, which, of course, that would be incredibly dull, so things don't go her way, and she gets involved and meets a bunch of new characters, and all of a sudden, she's going to be the teacher now, teaching them how to use their mutant powers like she was the student, years and years and years ago when she just joined the X-Men. So, I'm kind of not really feeling this one, but we'll pick it up and I'll hang around for a little bit longer to see how it goes. Up next, Johnny Quest number 3. Now, these Dynamite books, Johnny Quest and Space Ghost, Thundercats, they have been really excellent. I made a little video a couple days ago, maybe a week ago, about I really recommend these Dynamite books. Everyone I've read has been great. The Johnny Quest book, it really feels like, I want to say it's Joe Casey who's writing it. Yeah, Joe Casey. It really feels like he is familiar with the property, and he, treats it with respect. He's got a feel for the characters, Race, Johnny, Haji, Dr. Benton Quest. If you're familiar with the cartoon at all, you can pick this up, and it's like a really seamless transition. So again, I recommend Johnny Quest. Space Ghost is another Dynamite book that I'm digging. This book, the cartoon, the original Hanna-Barbera cartoon, not to be confused with Space Ghost Coast to Ghost, was, kind of formulaic, as a lot of those early Saturday morning cartoons was. But this one is a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't want to say mature themes, because it's not, but it's definitely a little bit more grown up, but not too grown up where it's over the top and, vulgar or anything. But it's kind of like a more, modern update on the Space Ghost. So again, I recommend it. David Pepose, I'm not sure how that's pronounced, is the writer. He's been doing a really good job on everything I've read, or at least the previous issues that he's read. So I'm digging that. Next book, Action Comics, All In. Now, I was not intending on picking this up until I read the Batman All In from last week. And I was really surprised how good that was. So I figured I would pick up a couple of the All In books, maybe get back into DC. I haven't been reading DC regularly in years. I pick up something here or there, but it was just not anything I was interested in reading in. However, the last book by Chip Zdarsky, I really dug it, so I figured I'd pick this one up. And also, Mark Waid, he's writing on it. Mark Waid on Superman, you can never really go wrong. Now, Fantastic Four, this is probably my favorite comic book out right now. Every issue has been, if not incredible, then, A++. Ryan North is writing the absolute hell out of this book. And to me, as someone who has read not every Fantastic Four issue, but I'm slowly getting there, this has to be in conversation with being at the top. Your top of your Fantastic Four list, has got to be Lee and Kirby, the very beginning. Not the first 102 or 101 issues or whatever it is, but, that Galactus trilogy, all the issues around that, that's got to be up at the top, along with the, probably the first 10 where they introduced everything, all the concepts. But once you get out of that, you got to have this Ryan North Fantastic Four up there. He has done stuff in this book. He has told stories I have never seen told before. At least not, in a big two book. Maybe it was done in some other independent book, or it was something I had missed. But he's told stories in this book that have been absolutely incredible. So I highly, highly recommend Fantastic Four, Ryan North. I don't know if it would be a stretch to say I think it's the best book that Marvel's putting out. If you want pure superheroics, I don't know if I can say that there's another book that Marvel's putting out that's better. So last, picked the new Terminator book. Like I said, Dynamite's been kind of on a hot streak for me, so I figured I would give it a shot. I am not very familiar with how they're going to differentiate this Terminator from any of the dozen other Terminator miniseries and stories that we've seen. But like I said, I'm really digging Dynamite right now, so I'm going to give it a shot. Declan Shalvey, I think that's pronounced, is the writer on it. Luke Sparrow's the artist. Declan Shalvey, I know that name. I've seen his work, I want to say, on a handful of Marvel properties. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now, but I know I have seen the name. So I figured I'd take a flyer on this. It's Terminator. Even if it's terrible, it could be kind of fun. So that is everything I picked up today. So I hope everyone gets a chance, goes out to their comic book shop, picks up the stuff they had on their list, and takes it home and has some good reads. Until next time, talk to you later. Bye-bye.